Hey everybody, I'm Joey Evans, and I don't know if you know this, but I love theme. Theme is great. I think theme should be in everything. I think theme should be in our lives. Our entire lives should have a theme song as you walk down the street. It should just play when you show up. Actually, no, if everyone had a theme song, it will get very loud and obnoxious. If everyone had, I think just I should have a theme song. I don't know what it would be. Probably Psych. Anyway, all right, so this is the top 10 thematic games. These are the ones that I think really drip with theme, that you can really feel it as you play these. So these are my top 10 thematic games of 2025. Okay, so number 10 is Marvel Dice Throne Missions. Now I love Dice Throne, and I did not play the Dungeon Crawl one because I heard mixed reviews on this. I waited for this one to come out, and I'm glad I did. Everything about this is great. You play as obviously the iconic Marvel heroes and things, and the included missions have different boards, different henchmen, you have a final boss fight, and everything feels like the comic. Not the movies. It feels more like the comic, which honestly is what I really enjoy too. And you can do co-op or you can do solo play, which means you don't need a full group to save the world. So you get that same save the world vibe that if you play it solo, which is what I like about games like Marvel Champions. I think this comes forward because Dice Thrones, for me, has always been kind of a 1v1 game. This makes it to where you can play with a group or you can play by yourself. I think this has a lot of stuff that it balances really well. I'm really excited to see what else they have in the system. So anyway, check this out, Marvel Dice Throne Missions. Even if like you're kind of Dice Throne, you're like, you know what? This is always going to be competitive for me. I don't see this as being co-op, but I think this does it. This is Marvel Dice Throne Missions. Okay, so for my number 9, I've always liked those games like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat type thing, although I wasn't allowed to play Mortal Kombat a lot growing up. But anyway, this right here kind of feels like that arcade fighting vibe. This is Tag Team. Tag Team really feels good because it's a very quick battle. Again, it happens fast, and I think that's what grabs that arcade feel because each of those games that I mentioned, Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, are fast games. Because you'll play somebody and you'll be like, oh, I lost. It's like, okay, well, you can't beat Ryu. And then you grab somebody else, and then like, okay, you can't beat this guy. And you keep going at it. And that's what I think this game really shines at, because a lot of times I'll play multiple times, and if somebody wins, I'm going to keep my 2 guy, and then I'm going to bring somebody else in, and then you have another battle. And on top of that, all of these characters they make really feel like that. Everyone plays differently, and there's a synergy between both of them. So not only do you want to look for certain characters, you want to look for the characters that play well together. That right there, I think, really makes this shine as well and adds to that theme to be able to tag in and tag out. Tag team. Get it? Where it comes from. Anyway, that is my number 9. It is Tag Team. Okay, my number 8 is one that I have to put on here because the game itself has so much theme, but this one right here kind of ups the theme and I think streamlines some stuff. This is Nemesis Retaliation. Nemesis Retaliation, again, Nemesis itself gives you that cinematic, that sci-fi horror vibe, but this kind of makes it into a space marine action flick. It's got great modular dynamic environments that you can move around. It's again semi-co-op with some hidden motives and stuff, and you have potential for betrayal and all that. So that's the Nemesis thing. That's my least favorite part of a Nemesis. You don't have to play that way, but anyway, it's in there as well. But the big thing is, right here, what's different about this is you no longer feel like it's not like wander around and die. That's what the first Nemesis kind of felt like. You just wanted to survive. You just wandered around and you eventually got killed. But this one, you can fight back. That's what's cool about this. They also streamlined some systems because sometimes these Awakened Realms can be a bit clunky when they come out. But this has streamlined a lot of things. I think the pacing on this has improved. I think a lot of things have improved in this game. It's less punishing randomness. The combat feels better. This is one to definitely check out because, again, the one thing that Nemesis always had on it was theme. Theme was always great. There were a couple of other rough edges that I wanted to see kind of tapered off. And I think this does it. Again, you don't feel helpless as the player. You feel like, I can do this, which I think this really has going for it. Anyway, this is Nemesis Retaliation. Okay, so my number 7 is an IP that a lot of people love. I was going to say everyone, but everyone doesn't love it. This is Star Wars Battle of Hoth. Battle of Hoth is pretty much just Memoir 44. It's similar style on the engine, but it's the Battle of Hoth from Star Wars. And this really, really works. And again, I think this might grab people that wouldn't play war games typically, because this is an IP you can kind of play and enjoy a bit more, I think, because it doesn't have the, I guess, the feeling of playing an actual war game. But this is great because it's very quick, simple to the point. It's mainly a 2-player game. 4 is fine and whatever, but you're recreating the iconic Battle of Hoth. And there's different scenarios you can play through that. You can play either scenario or you can do campaign-based. And they both have like very narrative flow to it. And the minis on this are great. The feel of this looks good. And when you get down to the end, it just feels very, very thematic. So this is one to definitely check out if you like that style of game. But this is Star Wars Battle of Hoth. Okay, so my number 6 is an RPG style game, and this is Arydia. Arydia, the whole thing is this is a true open world. You reveal the map and you explore and the discovery, everything feels real. And it feels like the world reacts to you. You don't react to the world. And that's what really gives it that open world feel. Like the NPCs really feel real. When things happen, they happen to you, because it seems like there are so many different branching paths on this. It seems like it is a very big board game RPG, which grabs it really well. There's an ongoing campaign. This is a campaign game, but everything feels good. Even the combat's very tactical. The way the combat works, the enemy AI, the unique abilities, everything on this really works. Exploration is fantastic, from when you explore an actual map or when you actually go to the overall map. You explore that as well. A lot of these things really work. There's great variety with the cards, the minis, the scenarios. This game really, really flows. If you're looking for that epic game, that epic feel, to give you that theme, that RPG style, this is it. Arydia just rocks. So anyway, that is Arydia. Okay, so my number 5 is very just like real-time chaos. This is Lightspeed Arena. I love Lightspeed Arena. This one it keeps going up and up and up on this. This right here is it's a fast, you have time, I forget, it's a fast-paced kind of placement of all your ships. You're going to put them out there and you just shoot each other. And it plays through the app. I know this used to be around where you have to measure things out, but this all plays through the app. And if you do this, cast it to the screen, because this feels like a fast-paced arcade-style battler. And everything plays. You can play the entire round in 5 or 6 minutes, and then you cast it to a TV and you watch the battle take place. This is one that's great. That it's easy to teach. You're going to do the first game, and they'll be like, got it. And then you can run it back and do it again. Then you can add these asteroids that are going to do things of their own. Spoiler, the best asteroid is the one that, I forgot what they call it, but it actually shoots you back or shoots another random person. All these are really good to put out there. Extend it, add as many ships as you want to. This is quick, it's explosive, it's asymmetric with the fleets. You can actually have that ability going on. You've got tactics. Man, this feels really good. This is Lightspeed Arena. This is a game that I pretty much will never turn down. So anyway, that's Lightspeed Arena. Okay, so my number 4 was a theme that I didn't know we needed something. I was wrong. Mascot racing. This is Hot Streak. Hot Streak, it's just silly mascots and you're betting on what they're going to do. This right here, at first I thought it was a very Camel Up style, but this is perfected Camel Up. This is a bit lighter than Camel Up and a bit crazier than Camel Up. This is really, really enjoyable. And it's got that spectator vibe where you're going to kind of cheer or groan instead of controlling the characters, which you do a little bit controlling, put the cards in, but you're really cheering for those people you bet on. And it's pretty funny when they all of a sudden turn around and go the wrong way. They fall down. They get knocked out. All of this gives you that thematic watching a mascot race, which is one of my favorite parts of baseball. Baseball's fine, but the mascot race, let's be honest. People go because the mascot race. Mascot races are the American pastime. Baseball just was created so you could put something around the mascot race. Anyway, that is Hot Streak. All right, my number 3 is one that I've talked about a lot, and it has to be on this list. It is Spooktacular. Spooktacular is just drips with theme. This whole thing is you are the monster that have come off the screen into a theater, and you're just chasing down people, either spooking them or devouring them. That's it. You're going to spook or devour them. And every single monster is going to play differently. They have different difficulties. So if you just start the game, you can start with somebody simpler. If you're better at it, you can start with somebody that's a bit more complex. There's a lot to go on with this. And everything has that 80s cheesy B-horror movie feel. It's fast, it's chaotic, a lot of mayhem. This one feels really good, and the artwork on this is great. I can see them adding a lot more monsters because they should, because this game rocks, and I love this. This is one that we actually have given out to a couple of gifts too, because it's that good. So this is one that has a great theme. This is Spooktacular. Okay, so my number 2 is Wandering Galaxy. Wandering Galaxy is you are a ragtag crew of spacers, and this is kind of a sandbox-style space opera. Is pretty much what it is. What I think really grabs this in is I love these games that kind of have a narrative story that uses an app. So as you make these decisions, different things will happen. You'll meet different characters. They'll come back in. And there's a big overarching story on this that you were just playing your part of. Now, again, you've got different kind of rails you can go on, but you really feel like you're making a difference. There's a lot of variety and randomness. Every session you play differs. And there are campaigns, but you have persistent characters through those campaigns, which really adds to that entire theme and overall feel of this. There's a lot of crew cooperation with your different role-based roles, I guess. Is that a thing? But yeah, you all have roles, and you kind of do your different things at the table as you're piloted in the ship, or you're at a base doing separate things, because as you go through the campaign, you're going to get better at different things. So tasks will show up and you'll be like, I'm good at that. I'm the bounty hunter. Let me do this, because that will help my skill checks. So I love that kind of thematic feel in this. Anyway, this is Wandering Galaxy. I'm wondering if you're going to like it. No, I'm not wondering. You'll like it. Okay, so my number 1 Most Thematic Game surprised me, but I love the theme of this. This is Star Trek Captain's Chair. Star Trek Captain's Chair is a very thematic game. Yeah, doesn't seem like it, right? You're like, wow, there's been a lot of RPGs on here. How is this thematic? It is, because I love Star Trek. So if you don't love Star Trek, again, know that going in. You probably won't get the theme. I got the theme because I think when you command a legendary captain, which is cool because each captain, you're going to take the helm as that person, but they're all asymmetric. So everything you're going to try to build is unique to that captain's personalities. So as you build these, they're going to be good at different things, and you're also going to see different team members come forward because you're going to have to assemble that. You're going to have to get your ships. You're going to get your away teams. You're going to have different planets and missions and all that. You've got exploration. You've got diplomacy. You've got science. You've got conflict. All of this kind of gives you that Star Trek feel and that spirit of it. But again, it's all based around that initial choice of how would that captain react and what would they build. That feels really good. And again, it's not a large, it's a pretty decent sized box. It's not a small box. But I'm not talking, it's like, not like Ascendancy or something like that. Something huge and sprawling, this big space exploration. These are cards, but everything they can put inside these cards, it's mind-blowing, right? How much asymmetry is in there. I want everything that ever comes out for this. I love this game because, yeah, I want all the captains, every captain, even the one from Enterprise. I want Scott Bakula in there. Not him, but his character. I forget who he is. But anyway, yeah, so I will love everything about this game. So this is definitely one to check out. Star Trek Captain's Chair. Woo! Okay, so that is it. There were so many thematic games I could put on here, but I tried to grab the ones that really stood out to me and may not be on some other lists that I have on there too. But these are some great thematic games. If you know some good thematic games, put them in the comments below because again, I love theme. Theme is part of life. Theme is one reason I love life. There's a lot of reasons I love life. It's weird. Never thought about that. Theme is up there though. Anyway, I'm Joy Evans and I'll see you later on the channel.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.